I find myself this morning trying to remember what Bob Dylan actually sounds like, and like I can't. I can only remember
what
the sound of us.
I still haven't worked up the nerve to do my Bob Dylan using a weed whacker impression at stand-up. Last night, I guess Tuesday night, I was at open mic, and these guys were doing impressions of Al Pacino, and I was like, this is my opportunity, I'm going to do it! And then I just didn't, because I didn't get up until 3 hours after they were doing the Al Pacino impressions.
So you know when I would do it, if I were you? Wait till a night when you're like fucking bombing, just like
that's every night.
Eating piles of shit.
Yeah.
And then stop.
Right.
Like stop for like a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just don't say anything. Just stand there until it's super uncomfortable, and then launch into it.
Yeah, but that's a good call.
So to do it, people are gonna laugh, and then keep doing it because they're gonna stop laughing, but then they're gonna laugh again because you're still doing it.
Yeah.
I know.
So
I have to commit to the duration. That's the key. I have to do it I have to do Bob for like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I think I have to sing the entire song of Tangled Up in Blue, and then go ooh 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 ooh. Yeah.
Do you guys watch have you guys ever watched The Family Guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you see the episode where Peter stubs his toe?
When he falls and he's holding his knee.
Yeah. And like it's funny at first, and then it's not funny at all, and then it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, because he just commits to it.
Yeah.
It's like our podcast.
I know. Yeah.
So can we talk about Eric Choi's Twitter barrage of the other day?
What? That guy was on.
He was definitely on something, but he emailed me, and he goes, he's like, hey, sorry, I went a little overboard. I was on a flight to Houston, so I listened to all the pods that I missed.
Oh, hell no. That shit was fucking fire, dude.
I imagined him just, like, doing crystal meth and driving for, like, a tractor trailer across the country. Just fucked up off his mind.
But not his own tractor trailer, one that he just fucking found.
Right, and he, like, had his kids with him for some reason. This is what my imagination of the whole thing. Does Eric Choi have kids? I hope Eric Choi has kids.
Yeah, I think he has, like, 2 or 3 of them.
Good. I really hope. I need him teaching the next generation.
Yeah. No, he thought that he overdid it, and I was like, not for fucking
way.
Hell no.
No way.
So one of my favorites.
Love Action.
One of my favorites. Tonight I will dream of Oak eating churros in the bathroom stall next to Bizzle while they create Trello cards. Hashtag sponsorship.
I didn't even see that one. That's genius.
So friggin' awesome.
So good.
I forgot that we talked about churros on Tuesday. One thing our fans should know is that this is a special 2-for-1 week because it's the first time in our history we've done 2 pods in 1 week.
I don't think that's true. We have done 2 pods in 1 week before.
Just agree with me on stuff.
No. This is why I suck at improv. I'm always like, no, but instead of yes and, I say no, but.
Right. But you would instead you'd say yes and that's incorrect.
Yeah. All right, well, not stand for fallacy. We have done 2 pods in 1 week before.
You will stand for fallacy.
Phallus. I'll stand for phallus.
Stand for phallus. You should say that in your next podcast. Be like, I stand for phallus, and just stand there.
And just stand.
Luckily, this is your next podcast, and you did say it, so
I
you can move on.
Oh, I meant stand up.
I'm going to write that onto my to-do list and then check it off, because that's the only way I make a to-do list.
Guys, I woke up this morning. I've had such a miserable week so far. So I woke up this morning like so excited for this podcast, and I was like, I'm gonna leave home a little bit early so I don't hit any traffic. Get to the office, settle in, whatever, and like really enjoy this because the day's gonna get crazy later. And I'm sitting in traffic, and I have this like bump on my cheek that's like just like a skin, it's like a skin growth or whatever. I should probably get it checked out. But anyway, it always like peels off, which is probably really bad. But I like picked at it while I'm driving, and then my hand's like covered it in blood, and I was like, oh shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, so now I'm like driving, and thank God I have baby wipes and everything in my car, so I'm just like dabbing and stuff. But I was like, this is the worst fucking situation, because like let's say that happened on the train. Can you imagine being on the train and being the guy bleeding from his face?
Oh,
like,
imagine being on the train and being the girl bleeding from your vagina.
True.
Sorry.
Sorry about
I'm
that.
sorry. I know.
see
I
what you
shouldn't have
did
said
there.
that out loud.
That's another 2-for-1. That happened to me twice.
I just got really self-righteous.
Speaking of bleeding from vaginas, I was at a meeting yesterday at News Corp, not friend of the pod, Bill O'Reilly. But we were in the meeting, and one of my coworkers sneezed, and she was sitting across from me at this really long conference table, and there was another one of our coworkers who was at the other side. She reached into her purse, and she threw something at her. Guys, it looked exactly like a maxi pad. I swear to God that the coworker who was sitting across from me, we looked at each other horrified because we're at a table, and the company we were meeting with, it was all men. So she was like, why the fuck would she throw me a maxi pad? So we look at it, and we're not addressing it at all. Like, we just keep going with the conversation. And I messaged my friend across, and I was like, what the fuck did she throw at you? And she goes, I don't know. And at the end of the meeting, we realized it wasn't your standard pack of herbal Kleenex. It was like a folding pack. It looked like a fucking maxi pad. So we sat there, and I'm sure people from the client were thinking, like, why the fuck did that bitch reach into her purse and just throw a maxi pad across the conference table? But
I mean, it's as good a product as any to use to blow your nose. I mean, just FYI to our listeners, a maxi pad isn't gross until after it has period blood on it. It's just a paper product.
Well, everyone knows the vagina is your second nose. You pick both.
Yes.
Both bleed.
Yeah, both randomly secrete. Oh, I'm sorry again.
You do this podcast with your brother, might I remind you.
This podcast is all gravy.
Yeah.
Ooh, is that gravy? Ooh, Sunday sauce. Ooh.
Guys, what are the streets like in New York? I want to ask you that.
Nice. Thank you for segueing.
I'm changing the subject. I'm sorry. I'm trying to change the subject.
Christ.
They're like my streets. They are so bruised and tattered and junky. It is so hard to navigate. Literally, like, I have sensors on my dash that tell me, like, when my tire pressure is low. And, like, I hit so many potholes going down 5th Avenue, cutting across 15th. It just, like, boom. And then you can't, like, circumnavigate because the streets are narrow. So all the sensors are, like, low air pressure. I'm kind of like, I'm one pothole away from, like, my tire just fucking exploding. And me bobsledding down the highway.
So, can I go on a tangent?
100% yes.
So here's a great example, I think. Tire air pressure is a great example of why people should shut the fuck up.
Did not see that coming.
So you constantly hear people, like, berating you about, you know, not throwing your fucking Poland Spring bottle in the recycling thing, or, you know, not driving a Prius, or, you know, whatever, like, the fucking climate change anger thing du jour is, when really you could do so much more for the environment and saving fossil fuels by just keeping your fucking tire pressure in your car at the right levels. But nobody does it because you can't show that to people and act self-righteously about it. You can't act self-righteously about turning the lights off when you leave a room, or any of the other, like, myriad basic shit you can do to increase the mileage of your car, lower the energy consumption in your home. So just do that and shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Good rant.
Always shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I don't really understand.
Start with shut the fuck up. First shut the fuck up, then do the other stuff.
So the logic is that if your tires are fully inflated, you use less gas.
Correct. First of all, there's a couple of things. Having your tires properly inflated is a big deal, actually. Yeah. It's a bigger deal than you'd think. One, it saves your gas mileage a lot. Like, it does increase your gas mileage significantly, and, like, over the life of your car, if you have sort of check your tire pressure regularly and inflate it, you'll save a lot. Second, a low tire pressure can be, like, super dangerous. If your tire blows out when you're at speed, like, you know,
you're bobsledding. You're fucking bobsledding.
Yeah, you're in fucking trouble. So
bobsled.
Anyway, Barham, your notation about tire pressure reminded me to mention tire pressure. Oh, and if you want to check it, you can see the recommended tire pressure for your car. It's on a sticker inside the, like, door frame on the passenger side. Like, you just open the door and you look down to your right, and there's, like, a sticker, and it'll tell you what the tire pressure is.
And this was our first sponsored segment by Avis, so thank you, Avis.
Avis always with a recommended tire pressure.
Oh, you had perfect fucking commercial voice. Davis with perfect timing.
I think we should have a weekly segment called "Shut the Fuck Up" with Oak.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, we should do that.
Okay, I'm gonna.
But 1 week it's gonna be us, Liz. He's like, and I think my co-host just shut
the fuck up.
Silent.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna make a note to myself. I'm gonna make a note to myself to never do anything in preparation for that segment, and thus there'll be a lot of ums and uhs and repeating "shut the fuck up."
Be like, "Shut the fuck up, fishing." Shut the fuck up with your poles and your lines and your hooks.
Hey, you don't have any bait? Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Feel like eviscerating worms? Shut the fuck up.
We're definitely naming this podcast "Shut the Fuck Up Fishing."
100% shut the fuck up.
I'm naming my daughter "Shut the Fuck Up Fishing."
Yeah. Wait, so back to the street conditions in our various cities, but I don't know if New York's gotten back down to freezing since everything has melted, but Boston sure has.
Oh, really?
And it's a fucking skating rink. So my walk to get coffee in the morning, I have to like walk down this one street, and there on one side the sidewalk has only been plowed, like shoveled like a little tiny bit, like a little goat path, and there's like really tall bushes on the side of the street, so the bushes like come over on into the sidewalk, so you have to like basically walk crooked. And on the other side, the sidewalk is like mostly shoveled out, but it's like there's been a thin layer of water on it for the last 2 days, which froze last night. So that's where I was walking on my way to get coffee, as well as all the neighborhood school children were walking on their way to get to school, as well as where the waste management truck was driving to pick up the containers of recycling using that like big scary hook arm. So basically the waste management truck is driving along the road, reaching its big scary hook arm into crowds of school children who are like skittering along this like really icy sidewalk. And there I am just trying to go get my coffee before the
you're pushing them into harm's way to save yourself.
Oh, 100%, because I was in a hurry because we have a deadline.
Yeah.
It was really important. And the kids were all like falling down like, "I'm not grown up." And I'm like, "Shut the fuck up." Shut the fuck up.
I'm not grown up, shut the fuck up should be the description of this podcast. I'm imagining them being like, I don't
mind this
yet. And you're like, I haven't had coffee yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Am I wrong in assuming or picturing you walking to Dunkin' Donuts doing the electric hustle through this fucking maze?
That's
you know that little like side scuttle that you have to do in electric hustle, and then you do the whole roll back?
Pissed off look on my face. Have you ever seen anyone do the electric slide with a really fucking pissed off look on their face? That's me.
Oh, I called it the electric hustle. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah. Whatever.
Electric slide is what I meant.
But I just feel like now... Oh, remember when you used to play Prince of Persia all the time? Oak?
I'm the one who's freezing up here. Sorry,
guys.
Oh,
I wondered why you didn't laugh at my funny comment.
Why?
Do you remember when you used to play... Well, so Oak used to play Prince of Persia all the time, and I would just watch like it was television. And...
yeah.
So now I feel like every time I walk out on the street, it's like a level of Prince of Persia. Like I'll be like walking along the street and I'll like come to the end and there like won't be any further that I can walk, so I'll have to like jump over a snowbank. But the snowbank will be like really icy and I'll like slide. I don't know.
So you have to like bounce on.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm Jake Gyllenhaal randomly.
It's awesome. You know what you just reminded me of? I don't know if you noticed recently on Facebook, I liked a post that you had put up like years ago about a mushroom growing out of your ceiling. Do you remember the conversation we had around it?
Yeah. Fungus follows me everywhere I go. It's weird.
Well, it was funny because I was scrolling through my wall. I was looking for something I had posted years ago, and it's really hard to search for your old Facebook posts. So I'm scrolling through, and then I saw it because you tagged me in it, and I thought it was so funny, and then I liked it because I think this might have been before there were like Facebook likes, I want to say, because there were like no likes on it. I don't know. It was just like it was weird that it didn't. Oh, no, it did have likes. I guess I had never liked it.
Yeah. It's weird that
And then it showed up in the newsfeed, so then random people, like Megan O'Brien, liked it.
Right? I remember Megan O'Brien liking a Facebook post of mine very recently, and I was like, what?
The post, though, do you remember what it was?
It was just something about how there was a mushroom growing out of the ceiling in one of my old houses. And you said something about how I should like jump up and boop it with my head, and then that would bring me into like the next. I would go and like save the mushroom princess or something.
God, if only we were potting back then.
I know, it's true. If only I could get my computer to turn on back then, the way I can now. It's only taken me 4 years.
This is so weird for Oak to be the frozen one.
I know, this fucking blows. I'm really angry.
Well, it's actually better because we get to see Leah now. So no offense to you, but your default
I love that picture too for our YouTube viewers. You can see a picture of Oak holding his daughter, and he's holding her very lovingly and being very sweet. But she looks a little bit terrified. Yeah, she's a little bit uncomfortable.
Trying to take a.
Yeah, there she is.
It's not that she's terrified. She's like, who the fuck this?
Right, yeah. She's like, I don't know this guy. I've only known him for like 3 months.
You were saying that it get cold again.
Yeah.
The news, they were like, oh, it's not going to be as warm as it was this year. It's going to be pretty chilly out there. It's going to be 48 degrees. I was like, I'm fucking wearing a Hawaiian shirt if it's 48 degrees.
Absolutely. I'm out there no pants Thursday.
Yeah.
Yesterday was really nice, though. It was really, really warm and beautiful. But, of course, I was mad because there were lots of puddles. I hate puddles. Because all my shoes have holes in them now. Every single one of them.
Guys, on Tuesday after our last podcast, I had a bunch of meetings, and then I had to go down to Canal Street to go to the post office. So I hit up auntie of the pod, Jen Savage.
Oh, auntie.
She works at Canal Street, so we met up for lunch, and we went to a couple of our own stomping grounds. We went to Gourmet Garage on Broome Street.
Oh.
I know, but they've chopped it down as like a bodega.
Oh, so they can't even call it a garage anymore.
No, it used to be massive. Remember, there was like a fucking Olive Bar. It was like a Whole Foods basically.
Yep.
It's tiny. I was super stressed out at work, so I kind of like wasn't even 100% coherent. But Jen was my moral compass, guiding me through Gourmet Garage.
That's
I picked up a pack of sushi and I was just eating it as we were walking. She didn't judge me. Just eating with my hands, like ripping off wasabi and picking up ginger slices. And she's like, never once winced.
No.
But we were talking, and then I told her that we did a podcast, and she was like, "Yeah," like it was like we told her that it was Christmas morning. Right. Next time I see her, I'm gonna tell her it's Christmas morning and see if I get the same reaction from her.
No, she'll be like, Patty would have told me.
No, she'll just rip off her clothes, exposing pajamas with the feet on them, and run to the nearest tree. But she was super happy, and wait till that bitch finds out we did one today.
Oh my god, I know.
Her head's gonna explode.
I'm mortified by the condition of my computer.
I am too. Yeah. How are you going to be like the world's best software engineer if your computer doesn't even work?
So there's this process running that I'm trying to kill.
Oh, processes.
I mean, we can still hear you. You sound good, so you should still talk.
Well,
it's kind of hard.
The problem is I'm freezing periodically.
Freezing.
You guys great. Literally switch places because your sister's up in Boston, perpetually freezing.
Yeah.
Never work. You guys like swap places.
I know. It happens because you know what it is. It's hubris. It's just when I think that my shit is screwed on so tight that I can't possibly be defeated. That is when fucking Crash Plan goes bananas and decides it's gonna upload everything on my computer all at the same time, and I can't figure out how to turn it off.
You know what you should do? You probably have Kazaa running in the background where you're downloading the music. And
You're right.
You should cancel people who are downloading from you because it slows shit down, which is what I used to always do. I download so much music, God forbid someone tried getting something from my library. I'd be like, cancel. Fuck you guys. You're going to slow my shit down.
God, Kazaa, that's all.
That brings me to actually the one thing I really wanted to talk about on today's podcast was some days you just know that nothing you can do is going to go right. Like, it's like literally, they say Mercury's in retrograde and like communication shuts down, but I think there's like one day a month where I can't communicate. I feel like I'm doing everything wrong, and I feel like no one around me likes me. You guys
one day a month? That's like 75%
it's like a guarantee.
of the day.
It's guaranteed one day. Sometimes it lasts for a few days, but there's some days where I feel like I'm fucking on top of shit. And then there's some days where I feel like yesterday I was in a meeting and I swear to God, I wasn't making sense. Like there was actually, and sometimes people won't, like you'll complete a sentence and you'll just like patch it together and you don't even know what you're talking about. And people will just kind of like nod and like not address what just happened. And the people I was meeting with last night, they were like, we don't understand what you just said. And I was like, oh.
You're like, that's racist.
They're new pod listeners. So remember I told you I went to that full day acting class?
Oh, yes.
So they're an awesome they have a consulting business where they teach you to like be really good in acting and on auditions. So they wanted to meet up with me last night. We were supposed to meet from 5:30 to 6. We met from 5:30 to 8:30.
Well, because they couldn't understand what you were saying, so it took
Exactly. You're like, is this chick
kept having to repeat yourself.
You're like, is this chick Bethers? And then they started signing to me. And I was like, oh. But yeah, friends of the pod, Randy Glass and Kristen Tanzer. Also,
welcome, Randy and Kristen. We're sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about the first 15 minutes.
Randy was a casting director for a film called Waving Without Drowning or something like that, which is, she said, the worst movie that she won't even watch it. So we're going to watch it and we're going to review it on next week's podcast because it's on Netflix.
Correct.
Yeah. And also, friend of the pod, Armand Lazan, birthday today.
Hey, happy birthday, Armand.
Armand Lasagna.
Really? Happy birthday, Armand! I'm going to see you later. Shit. Oh,
you guys know on Facebook sends you alerts now for birthdays you're gonna miss.
Yeah.
So you'll get like an email or like a notification that says, and so it said Gourmand Lasagna. His birthday's today. Liz looked horrified. Armand, watch the YouTube video because when Liz finds out it's your
literally gonna see him in like 3 hours. I had no fucking idea.
Quick,
I'm borrowing his car. Happy birthday, Armand. I'm gonna borrow your car.
Yeah,
that's such a Liz whole birthday present.
I'm gonna give you a negative quarter tank of gas for your birthday.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna get low tire pressure for your birthday.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be dipping dots on potholes.
Yeah, basically. Oh, happy birthday, Marmadukes. You guys, Armin has a wicked cute puppy. His name's Thatcher, after Margaret Thatcher, obviously. This puppy is like mad white privilege. Yes. After
Wow.
Margaret Thatcher. Yeah. Which is awkward considering all of the recent controversy that's come out about Margaret Thatcher covering up sex scandals in her cabinet. Thatcher's always covering up sex scandals in his dog bed. It's really funny.
Wait, tell us about the sex scandal that happened at the vet the other day.
Oh my God, Thatcher's vet is like the sexiest dude I've ever seen in real life. It's like a reality television show. He just like walked in and like music started playing. It was unbelievable. He looks like a heterosexual Adam Levine, but like potentially not heterosexual. But he was really attractive, and he was like really cute with a dog. I was understandably kerfuffled because I have a hard time around really attractive men and women, and so I ended up just like, I didn't say anything. I just like had a really mean look on my face the whole time. I looked like Armin's bodyguard, which I kind of do generally. I look like his lesbian bodyguard, but yeah. Dr. French.
I think that kind of runs in the family because I often, when I'm like, I often have people ask me what's wrong. Like, what are you so mad about? I'm not mad. I'm just standing here.
It's just my face.
Now I'm mad because you're fucking asking me what I'm mad about. So you know what? Why don't you shut the fuck up?
Shut the fuck up. You just reminded me that I am mad.
Right. Yeah. Now that I think about it, fuck you.
I am mad. Yeah. I work with this girl she's always walking around telling everybody that they hate her. She's like, you hate me. You don't want to be mad. You hate me. And it's like,
shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, you know what? Now I do. I do actually hate you now. Thank you very much for talking me into that. I wasn't even thinking about you before, but now
I didn't even know you were here, but you know what?
Exactly. Yeah. Now you've made me do the hard work of hating you, so thank you very much.
I see you passing by her in the hall, and she's like, you hate me. And then the camera pans to you in the fucking sink with her head underwater. You're like, yeah, I do. I really do.
Exactly. That's pretty much exactly how it goes.
Shh. Just stop. Just stop fighting. Just let it happen.
Yesterday I actually told her to take it down in a couple of octaves because she was like squawking really loud at work, and I was just like, shh, take it down an octave. She got really offended by that.
Pressed your finger against her lips and said, shh.
Yeah. I was like, that's the nicest possible way I could have said that, you fucking dickhead. I can't believe you're getting offended about that. I'm just communicating my concerns.
Wait till she finds this podcast. She's like, you really hate me. You talk about me on your famous podcast.
Yeah. Well, now, friend of Liz, you know that nobody hated you until you fucking said you hate me. Yeah, so you did take a life lesson here.
You walked around campaigning for people to hate you. You were lobbying to have people hate you. So good job at that. Really, really well done.
Take a knee, son. I'm gonna drop some knowledge on you right now. That's gonna make the rest of your life so much better.
Right. Exactly.
Shut the fuck up.
Just shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Do your work.
You can take a knee, son?
Yeah.
Take a knee, son.
Take a Nissan. I was like, oh, it's
Take
all
a
about
Nissan.
automobile.
Take a Nissan. Take a Honda. I don't care what you have to do.
Lesbaru.
Yeah, take a Lesbaru.
Wait, oh, you have a Subaru, right? So I feel
Yeah.
bad that I called it a Lesbaru.
That's okay. I'm fully. It's fun. I mean, it's a great car. I don't mind if lesbians drive it.
Yeah, not there's anything wrong with that.
What kind of car does Armand Lasagna have?
He has a Lexus hybrid,
Oh my
of course.
god.
And he didn't even know it was a hybrid until like after he bought it. Because he hates the environment. He doesn't care about anything.
He's like, I wanted a Hummer. I don't know why I got
Yeah,
this. I wanted to
he
just
did.
destroy
Or he got it.
streets.
He got it for a very smart reason. I think he got it because it's very, very fuel efficient.
Well, see, that's kind of how I feel about stuff in general. Like, I like to recycle, and I like to compost, and I like to save, turn off the lights and save energy, and I like to save gas. But I don't do it because of the environment. I don't
Right.
understand the environment or my effect on it really, and all I do know is that it costs me less money, and it fucking sucks to waste stuff, just generally.
Right.
Like, you just shouldn't waste things. Like, whatever the reason, it doesn't matter. Just don't waste stuff. Like, just live your life in a sensible, economical way, and
Right.
that's the reason to do it.
Right.
And if
you
it
waste
does
less
help
stuff-
the environment, so much the better. But that's too big a problem for me. My problem is that I'm fucking broke and that I don't have enough compost and that I need more of these things. So
Yeah, ultimately, most logical, rational things have a larger ultimate benefit to the universe because that's just how the whole thing works. But
just
usually,
live
if you
right, you know?
yeah, it makes life easier.
Yeah.
If you waste less stuff, you have more stuff. So apparently, that's good.
This reminds me of elementary school. It was 4th grade. We had to write papers, and the title was Paper from Paper, Not from Trees. And everyone in the 4th grade had to write this paper. And it was basically like why you think it's important to recycle and why you think it's important to save trees. And I wrote it, and it was basically like, I make sure that I write on both sides of the paper, and that if the paper rips, I use reinforcements. Like, I remember putting a lot of thought into it, right? So during the awards ceremony that they had, like, at the end of each semester where you got, like, perfect attendance awards and shit like that, they were like, okay, now we have awards for the Paper for Paper, Not from Trees thing. So the lights just went off my office.
Saw that.
It's so romantic
So
in here.
sketchy.
Yeah.
So if I stand up, I think they turn on.
Help! Help!
They didn't turn on, so if someone's going to walk in, they'll see me. So they start giving the awards, and then it's not just one award. Before you know it, it's 3, 5, 10 students getting it. They gave the award to everyone in the class except for me. I was the one person they forgot. I guess they were saving paper and never printed out my certificate.
Fuckers.
Yeah, so I didn't get an award, and then the kids around me noticed that I didn't have one because everyone was like really proud of it. Other kids had several awards. I didn't get anything. That was like I was walking around empty-handed. So they printed one, and it was like a fake award. They were like, "This is yours," and they tried telling me it was special or whatever. And I just remember being like, "You guys were saving paper," and my teacher was like, "That was so smart. That was so clever." And yeah. So when you talk about recycling, oh shit, the door's locked. Someone's trying to come in. They're gonna see me in the dark on this podcast.
All right, you guys, I gotta wrap up soon because I'm being accosted.
All right.
Turns out I'm actually on the clock all the time.
Oh, and it's not even your daughter.
I know.
It's probably good too.
Anyway, this was really fun. I'm glad that I think we should try to knock these quickies out whenever we can. They're
Me
cool.
too.
Yeah, we should totally. And I don't think we don't have to do hour-long podcasts. We could do half-hour ones. I think they're more digestible. We could do 2 half-hour ones during the week. Put them out there more regularly.
We could even punch in and do like a 10 or 15 minute one. I don't know if that's easier for Byram and I probably because we're sitting in front of computers, but I don't know. Anyway, good times, guys.
All right.
Love you
Bye,
guys.
guys. Thanks,
Later.
everybody.
Peace.